Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or people of the internet. Welcome to Sports podcast. My name is Gavin Blackshire. I'm your host as usual for today. Today's topic is NFL. Lots of stuff going on. We've got a good man, Mr. Matt Coops today. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. Pleasure to be with you.
Mr. Irfan Chowdhury, how are you today, good sir?
Hello, I'm very happy. Very happy.
Why are you so happy?
Because my clothes can stop feeling like tents from the 25th.
Okay. Gyms are reopening. People in the UK are rejoicing until second lockdown happens before then. But anyway, Pat Mahomes has signed a 10-year deal with the Chiefs. A stupid amount of money. The last time I saw was $450 million plus. Anyone hear any different?
503.
I've heard it was near 5, yeah, or maybe over 5. Either way,
crazy.
It's too much money for one young man.
Crazy money. What is he, 24 years old?
24.
Yeah, crazy. So let's go. So Matt, what do you reckon of the deal?
I mean, it was always going to happen. It was always going to be the case. I mean, league MVP and then Super Bowl the year after. He was always going to earn a massive amount of money. Is he worth it? Objectively, probably no, but the market was always going to dictate that kind of money. I mean, he is a phenomenal player. Extends plays, can make every throw in the book, can clear a stadium, just slinging it. He's incredible. Fortunately, he's a Chief, which is very disappointing. But he's reset the market, and probably with very good reason. Great player.
Charles, what are you saying? Good deal or a bit of a crazy one?
Bit of both. It's happened before. You see it. I think the first one was with Drew Bledsoe. He got a 10-year. And then I think Brett Favre got a lifetime deal. But it puts a lot of pressure on the Chiefs because they can't afford to tank anymore. So, and Andy Reid's not going to be there for 10 years. Chiefs got to keep giving him weapons because with the amount of money he's earning,
keep him protected, get that line strong because
because if when you sign a quarterback like that, you got to give him weapons year in year out. I feel if Baker did the same thing, we would have given him the same deal. So I can see why they did it because quarterbacks are hard to come by. You see it with Browns, 20 years, no quarterback. We got one now. You see it with Raiders.
Oh, hold on.
We don't know with the Giants yet, but quarterbacks are hard to come by.
Hey, Danny Dimes is looking good.
Danny drops. It puts a lot of pressure on the Chiefs GM as well, because if he does bad, he gets a sack. Andy Reid's not going to be there for 10 years. Let's put it that way. He'll be there for about another 2-3 years and then go off into the sunset with his tropical shirt.
And probably 1 or 2 more Super Bowls as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do love Patty. He's a very, very good player. I think 10 years is a crazy long time. A lot of things can happen in 10 years. I can't see him going downhill. I can't see him not being good as in 10 years still, but that's a lot of commitment and a lot of money. And, like you guys said...
It's 10 years of getting hit, isn't it? And you got to wonder, is his arm, is his back, is his legs going to still be doing the same thing they are now after 10 years of Max Crosby ripping him apart?
Yeah. It's
some marriages don't even last 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, if you put it into context of a Premier League manager like a manager getting a 10-year deal is crazy. Like, because you can't like, is Klopp going to be at Liverpool in 10 years? I'd love him to be, but realistically, he's not. And realistically, we're not going to be the same team. It's a lot of pressure for the team, a lot of pressure for Patty, because he now has to, he's got to be Super Bowl every year for 10 years. So
You also think,
Has he though? He's got 10 years of guaranteed money. He can just chill now, surely.
but for his legacy, if he's thinking, I want to go down as one of the greats, other than being known as a guy who's been paid a lot of money to do fuck all.
Give you that.
You think about it though, he's also had a few injuries. He broke his wrist and needed surgery on it when he was at Texas, and then last year his knee popped out. Now I think he's had a few more before that. So
did he have on his elbow as well at one point? I'm not too sure.
I can't remember. But gotta keep him healthy.
Yeah.
I can't see it going well after 5 years. After 5 years, I think it's not going to go well.
Yeah. Halfway through, he might
it's so hard to keep up a championship team trying to find pieces.
Because what he's basically saying is this is the start of the new legacy, isn't it? We are the new Patriots now. We're going to have 10 years of plus success.
I don't think they'll do they won't do what the Patriots did. I don't think no team will. It's so hard doing what they did.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Seeing as Brady is the GOAT, so gonna be quite hard for Patty to catch up with that. But the other news to do with quarterbacks was Cam Newton has officially signed with the Pats. I think that's a great move by the Patriots because they needed someone. Brady's gone now; they need to move on. And the Panthers getting rid of Cam was a surprise, and especially after he bled for that team, and whenever I thought of the Panthers, it was all about Cam. But great for the Patriots. Child, what are you saying? Good move or bit of a bust for a year?
Amazing for both. Cam, he's made 120 million throughout his career just on the field. That's without endorsements and everything. His contract's really, really good for the Patriots. Good for him. If I don't know, it's 550k good salary for 1 year.
Take it.
All three of us would take that, take it and run. I was looking at his breakdown of his salary. So his base salary is 1.1 million, 550k guaranteed. All he needs to do is basically get to the playoffs, and he hits his incentives. Pro Bowl bonus, he gets 500k. All Pro bonus, 500k. For each playoff win, he gets 250k. And he's got 7.5 million straight away. I think with that defense, if they play like they did last year, they easily get to the playoffs. Cam gets his money. Belichick keeps his credibility. I think it's a win-win. But the one thing I will say with Cam, if he gets hit, he will go down. I think he's a little bit of a feather now with all the hits he's taken. And I think he'll be a smart quarterback, and he uses his arm more than his legs. If he has to use his legs, he will use his legs, but he uses his arm a lot more this year, I think.
Sparingly, yeah.
Would you reckon then, Matt? Do you think that's good for Cam, good for the Pats?
I think, unfortunately, it's good for both. So, Cam, probably one of my favourite players of all time. The reason I got back into NFL was watching players like him, watching him just do whatever he could. Running with the ball. You never knew what he was going to do, but wherever he did, it worked, and it looked fantastic. You're right, he's going to throw the ball a lot more now. Can't rely too much on his legs, but he can still throw the ball. He can, obviously, he's a very good passer. Completion rating of just under 60%, I think, over his career, which ain't bad. Look at it around that. My thing is, though, I've just got his stats up, kind of looking here, looking at his highlights and awards and so forth. And he's nailing Offensive Rookie of the Year, All Rookie Team, Pro Bowls, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. And you get up to 2015, and then nothing. Past 5 years, nothing. So I'd love for him to have a bit of a swan song and get himself back to the playoffs, get back in the Pro Bowl, thinking even if it's with the Patriots. But I just don't. I think he might be done, and it's a sad time to think of it, to be honest. Because I love watching Cam play. So yeah.
But is this like JB's just joined our chat? Is this like a warning to Lamar saying, "Don't do what I did. Use your arm more and stop running"? Like, is that
a couple of years of success, but then I think you're right. You're right, because use your legs. You look fantastic, and you do well. You get your rushing touchdowns and stuff, but you're going to get hit. And these defensive players do not go about. They hit you hard.
And Jack Newton's 6'5". He's built like John Cena. He's built like a brick shit house. Lamar, he's not got that Newton frame. So if he gets hit, he will go down, and he probably won't get back up if he gets hit by, I don't know, if Myles Garrett comes at him full speed, hit him with a helmet.
Or without the helmet.
Either one. Well, just don't drop an M-bomb on him, and he won't do anything.
Fair enough.
That's if he gets hit. I'm going to have to disagree. I think Lamar Jackson is something special. I think he'll carry on with doing his game the same way he's been doing it the past 2 seasons. I think he's amazing.
I think he will for another 2 years, but then the hits just take a toll, and then the body just changes. Like, I'm not the same footballer or basketball player I was 2-3 years ago. My body starts aching. It's just those hits accumulate, don't they? And as you age.
Yeah.
Definitely feel them a lot more. What are you saying, Gav? Cam?
Yeah, I think that's great for Cam. I was surprised that it took that long for the Patriots to go for him. Because obviously, after Brady, I thought their move at the draft would be to go and get one of the top QBs or trade up and go and get one of, go and get Tua or go and get one of the other guys. Yeah, just to be like, right, let's start all over again. But they didn't. I think they drafted one late, from what I remember. But no one, that wouldn't be their starting QB. But yeah, that's great for Cam. He's a top guy who works his backside off. If you follow him on Instagram, he's training constantly. I think he's been training with Odell, has he?
Yeah, he's training with Odell.
Harry and Odell today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a great player. Yeah, he had some injury problems the last couple of seasons, but it's time for him to prove that he can still do it, It's year contracts.
What was that show on Amazon? All or Nothing. All or Nothing. You see the hit of TJ Watt's helmet going into his shoulder, and that's where it messed up, didn't it? It messed his shoulder up, but I don't know what happened to it, but that was the hit, and then he was done for 2 seasons.
He's a good player. I do like him. I wish him the best. And he's got Belichick, who is...
me and Matt were so annoyed we didn't get to see him last year in London. We were so annoyed he wasn't in the lineup.
Yeah, when we got the tickets, I was psyched to see. We're going to see McCaffrey, we're going to see Cam Newton. I was really psyched for that. As I say, one of my favourite players of all time. But
we saw McCaffrey and Olsen. Olsen was amazing. I still remember him marshalling that defence.
Yeah, and McCaffrey just ran riot that game, didn't he? It was fantastic.
I was more annoyed that I was so ill. Literally, that's the worst, I think. I had 4 months off work. 4 weeks. Crazy.
Corona wasn't around then, so you could have probably gotten away with it, and you wouldn't be deemed as irresponsible.
Yeah.
Mate, I so wanted to go, but I was pretty much 95% dead. Right, I just added a couple of things in. Redskins are finally looking at changing their name, which has been going on for quite a few seasons now. People have been, asking for it to be changed. It's 2020 now. Should have been done a long time ago. What are your thoughts on it, guys? Anyone want to say anything about that?
Shouldn't have even been named Reds. I don't even want to say it because it's just as bad as saying the N word. If
The right
you
demographic.
know your American history, and it's annoying because a lot of the time when I'm seeing videos on Twitter saying, "Oh, go back to your own country," like America's like you're foreigners. You were found by an Italian explorer. You were found by an Italian explorer. So it's like, and you nicked someone else's land. So how are you going to tell someone else to go back to their own country?
Yeah. America's a bit of a
and
mess at the moment.
Yeah, Thanksgiving as well. It's not what people make out to be. It's
Celebrating mass murder.
yeah, you celebrate mass murder of Native American Indians, and America's just turned it into this spectacle as they do with everything. Just like do you guys remember that scene from Thor Ragnarok when Hela goes into the chamber and she tears down that ceiling, and there's the dark history. That's pretty much what America is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
They just paint over it. But I think even with my Cleveland Indians, we named the Indians off to honor. I forgot his name now. Silver Ox Alexis or something. He was a Native American Indian baseball player, and he was one of the greatest. And we named him after him. But even then, we'd change our name.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same for a lot of American teams at the minute. There's a lot going on, but that's good. I think it was good. Nike stepped up and we're like, now we're not selling any of that.
Yeah.
So that was probably.
I literally think in the past few minutes, Amazon have just said the same as well.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the past half hours, Amazon are no longer selling.
FedEx as well. I've said the same.
Yeah, I mean it's 2020 now. I mean, Jesus.
Absolutely.
It's annoying because if you don't hit them in their pockets, they're not going to do anything. So Nike have said we're going to hit you in your pockets, and now you're going to change it.
Yeah, I think
it's just down to your morals and stuff. They wouldn't bother changing it, but now now money's got involved. Oh yeah, we better change it because it's offensive.
Yeah, but that's good that the big companies are stepping up and stopping it. So happy with that. Before we go on to free agents, I think it was ESPN, Charles, you sent us a picture of the top running backs for next season.
Whoever did this, they're in their feelings. They are in their feelings, and this was a personal selection.
What is a Giants fan, isn't he, whoever's done it?
Because how is Ezekiel Elliott, who played shit all season last year, fourth, and Nick Chubb finished 30 yards behind Derrick Henry, who was rushing. Yeah. He's fucking seventh. I'm upset about that. He is seventh. They're in their feelings with this one.
But do you agree with the?
Aaron Jones isn't even on there, and he had the most touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell was on there, and he played shit.
Le'Veon Bell was terrible last year. But my question to you guys is, do you agree with the top two choices of the top two running backs next season? Do you think Saquon and CMC, Christian McCaffrey, are going to have a great season next year?
CMC will, because he always does. It doesn't matter who's around him, whose quarterback is. Every defense knows he's getting the ball, and he still scores, and he still tears people apart. And he's only 26, I think, or something. So
yeah,
he will be number one, number two. He was the first pick in my fantasy draft. He's a brilliant player. Saquon, though, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to look at the rest of the top 10 in there. It's good to see.
He's a highlight reel, isn't he, Saquon?
He is, but yeah, I mean, he's a great running back. He's got all the talents, all the traits, can do everything. But he'll only go as far as his. Well, saying that, he'll only go as far as his team. Panthers are shit, yet McCaffrey will dominate. So
yeah.
But now,
it's a bit
now they've got
disrespectful
Teddy
to put
B,
Derrick
haven't
Henry
they?
at 5. Yeah. I think it's disrespectful to have Derrick Henry down at 5. Probably, if I was going to put the list together, it'd be McCaffrey and Henry top 2. I think personally, I think Henry's shown that you can be a big, old school, bruising running back and still carry a team on your shoulders.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Child? Who would be your top 2?
I'm going to piggyback off of Matt. I don't think Derrick Henry will be at the top because he's lost one of his top offensive linemen, Jack Conklin. So and Conklin, if you notice, most of the runs came in through his side.
Tackle.
CMC is going to dominate first, middle of the season, but then I don't know where he's going to end at the end of the season like last year. Same with Dalvin Cook. Started off well, but then fell off. He got injured, I think. Saquon, I like him. He's amazing. He's a highlight reel. He's an enigma for me, though. He, like Matt said, he'll go as far as his team. But I think Nick Chubb is being disrespected. Aaron Jones is being disrespected. And Aaron Jones, he's not even on that list, and he had the most touchdowns. I think he hit 3 touchdowns in one game, and Nick Chubb tore up the Ravens, and that's not a hard thing to do. Yeah, sorry, that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But I think Chubb will finish 1 because of the new look offensive line. Baker will play better, and Stefanski likes using his running backs. I think, who is it? Your boy, Matt, Josh Jacobs.
JJ.
He'll finish 3. McCaffrey will finish 2. Henry will finish 4. And Dalvin Cook 5. So that's my top 5 running backs. I like Saquon. He's a great person. I don't know because he got injured as well last year, and he takes too many hits. He's already taken too many hits for his first 2 years in the league, and he's been injured. That's where my question mark is. But if he stays fit, I think he'll finish top 5.
What are you saying, Gav? You must be happy with Saquon at the top.
I love Saquon. Because it was when the Giants had the second pick. Like, are we going to go for a QB? And I really wanted them to think about QB, but Saquon, I think, is something special. Last season he didn't play much because of the injury, but first season I thought he was amazing.
He missed
really
2 games
good.
last year.
Was it just 2? I thought he missed out more than that.
No, he missed 2, and then you had the bye week, and then he came back, I think.
It felt longer than it was, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Saquon. I don't know if he'll be top because obviously coming back from injury and getting back into the game with is training going to be the same this year? Is it going to affect teams' abilities to play? But I think Christian McCaffrey would be top this year. I think he's been amazing throughout his career, and last season exploded, and is now top dog at the Panthers. So I think and Derrick Henry was amazing again last year. I think he'll be up there again. But yeah,
Interesting.
what you say, mate?
Just trying to find out how many games he played. Do you know when you get something in your head? You just need to get it out.
Well, Charles, looking at that, let's go on to free agents then. Which team do you think has done well?
I've got to say the Bucks, haven't you? I suppose they've got Brady. They're building a team around him. Yeah, my thoughts on Brady are well documented. But he knows how to
stand-up
win
guy,
games.
don't you think?
Absolutely, yeah. He knows how to win games. He's gonna do well. He's gonna make Tampa relevant again because we saw them live. Even in a game where Winston threw for 4, we realised after they got battered by the Panthers. I was looking at the stats on the tube on the way back. Winston threw for 400 yards in a game where they got smashed. So so scatter. You know, I think he threw what 5 picks was it, Jowd? That game or something ridiculous like that. Or maybe
Who's
a
that?
bit less.
Jameis.
Winston. Yeah. He
Oh,
4 or 5 picks, didn't he?
Gav, if you were there was one pick. Me and Matt were looking at it, and we were like, "Oh, we could see where he was looking as well." And he was looking into like a pile of Panther players. We were like, "He's
Yeah.
going to throw it," and
He
me
just
and
looked straight
Matt
there,
were just hands in our face.
Did he not lead the league in turnovers and touchdowns last year? Is that right?
Something like that. He did. Yeah, he had some ridiculous stats.
Crazy stat. Crazy.
But yeah, so now with someone they can trust at the helm, and they've got a great receiver core, they've got a great team, but they've been let down by him being so scattergun. So Bucks will do quite well off the back of that.
Chad, what do you reckon, Chad?
I think Browns have had an amazing off season.
What a surprise!
Probably being biased, but sorted out a tight end position. Got Hooper in, one of the best tight ends. Had a great draft. Got Jedrick Wills in, who's probably the best tackle out there in that draft. And then we got Jack Conklin, who was the big one. And then we sorted out the safeties and the linebackers and everything. Also readjusted Vernon's contract, which makes him easier to trade. And then we could probably get Clowney or someone in. So I think something's cooking.
Yeah, Clowney's the last big name available, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like Clowney or Clay Matthews to come to us, especially because Clay's dad played for us as well. So that would be amazing. And Clay can still play. You saw last season.
Did Adams get picked up from the Jets? I heard he wanted.
He's still there, I think, isn't it?
But did he ask? Did he say? I swear I saw that he wants to go ASAP.
He's asked to be traded,
didn't he?
Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah,
I know he's not happy, Bunny. The Jets are a bit of a mess at the minute, aren't they? Yeah, I'd have to go with Matt as well and say I really wanted Brady to just like retire on a high and not see yourself become the villain, to quote the Joker. But
very good.
Already is.
Tuck rule.
Yeah.
But I think I admire that at his age he still wants to go out there and still wants to win, and he's got his buddy Gronk with him.
I don't think he's got a life. I don't think Tom Brady's got a life.
I think
41. He's 41. He's playing a kid's game. Grow up.
I think he's. I don't know. I just admire him going out at that age and still wanting to go out and to compete. And it'd be interesting to see what happens this season.
He's probably fitter now than he was when he was drafted.
yeah, Jesus, yeah.
Think about it. His ridiculous avocado ice cream and God knows whatever else diet he's on. He's probably
his TB12 protein vegan shake.
Yeah. Then the 200 something pick or whatever it was when he came out of Michigan. I want to say, I might be wrong.
Michigan, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Look at me with the Brady facts. I'm disappointed.
But I think
a Brady closet fan.
Yeah, I think Bucks. I think they're going to be interested next year. I don't think Giants have really done much. I haven't heard much about them doing much at all.
Got our old head coach, in you, Freddie Kitchen.
Yeah, there's so our coaching lineup has obviously been changed, hasn't it? That moves on. Good segue there, child, onto the next section as we wrap this up. Obviously, with COVID-19 going on, training camps are going to resume pretty soon. I know players are training, doing their own workouts at the minute. Saquon's doing some stuff. I've seen Cam, Odell, all that. What do you think is going to happen? Is our training camps going to go ahead? And do you think it will impact the season?
They'll go ahead. Obviously, there'll be massive changes to it. Pre-season's already been changed.
2 games instead of
season
4.
will go. Yeah, season will go ahead because as bad as America is, they're still money grabbers, aren't they? And NFL's still a business. They've already said fans can go in there. Ravens came out yesterday, said they'll have 14,000 fans in the stadium. So all signs to point it's going ahead. But the question is, what's going to happen if Baker gets COVID? He's missing 3 games, and then he's not going to be fully fit. Brady gets COVID. He's not. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're putting yourself in a bit of a sticky situation there, and that's the question that the NFL has to deal with. What's going to happen if a star player gets it? Because then their revenue drops as well. Because if Brady's not playing against, I don't know, Broncos or the Jets, is it worth me turning on Monday Night Football for that match if Brady's not playing and I'm having to watch Drew Lock or Daniel Jones? I ain't turning that on.
Nice. Yeah, it's a fair point. You got to look at that side of it, and the risk of it all is. I'm kind of thinking it is going to happen, but it's going to be a very different kind of element with. I'm thinking particularly the rookies. They have not, the step from college to NFL is massive, and you see loads of players fail, but they're trying to put themselves in the best possible situation by all the training camps beforehand, getting to know your team, building your synergy with your quarterback, your receiver, things like that. They've had a very limited exposure to that, so I think you're going to see the rookies looking rusty as hell and probably out of their depth, and that might end some careers. That could end some careers right there. I think Henry Ruggs, the receiver we took in the first round. If he doesn't, he's expected to come in and almost be a wide receiver 1 off the bat. If he starts dropping things or whatever, or just is looking obviously unfit, he's going to fall away, and you'll probably never see him again. It's very harsh. I think the rookies this year have got a very harsh stick, and they've really got to. I don't know how it's going to work. Assuming the season is going to start, and it's America, as we said, it will start. They want the money.
Yeah.
It might prematurely ruin some careers, and that's going to be quite worrying to see.
Yeah, it's a strange time.
They need to follow the Premier League, like just follow the European real football rules.
Soccer.
Yeah, they need to follow the real football like protocols. What we're doing now, and I think they should be fine because now the Premier League's testing 0 positive cases for the last 2 weeks. Germany, you don't hear about it anymore. Spain, you're not hearing about it. Italy, you're definitely not hearing about it.
And the problem is that the UK and Europe are in a different position to America in terms of corona, because it's just it's a mess out there. Florida, where the NBA is trying to happen, has had like the highest amount of people contracting it. Whereas the Premier League's happening, and we're only getting 1 case, I think, out of 30 teams. But I don't know. I really want it to happen, but I think the NBA is going to be in trouble, and I think the NFL will probably play it by ear through watching how the NBA deal with it, with their bubble in Disneyland, and if it works, I can see them doing the same kind of thing. I
can see them doing it for the playoffs.
Yeah, but let's hope it happens anyway. But well, that's all wrapped up for NFL today, guys. Me and Chad we are gonna do an NBA one because I've got plenty of time. So I just need to actually sit down. I need to sort out my computer and get cracking on it. We'll also do an NFL update as soon as the NFL says, yes, this is what's happening. Training camps are starting. We'll start looking into that. Any more trades when Washington change their name as well. But yeah, thank you.
Plenty of news on the horizon, isn't there?
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment, all that jazz. But yeah, so thank you for me. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Chowdhury, Mr. Coops. Take care of yourselves.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Take care, guys.
Yes, bye.